They are absolutely delusional about what went down in Game 2, with Nuggets players and viewers citing the whistle as the main culprit in Denver's 46-point blowout loss. We're going to go over exactly why the Nuggets got sauced in Game 2, and spoiler alert, it's not the refs, it's not Scott Foster making his return to reffing after a 52-day hiatus, it's not the fact that 68% of you guys watching this aren't subscribed, even though that could probably stand to change since we're here to bring you Thunder content during this deep playoff run. But in fact, it was a lot of different things, but it was not foul trouble. Let's go over exactly what went down in Game 2, as well as the comments made in the post game. Right? So Game 2 starts out all Thunder. A huge first quarter opening up, 45-point quarter for the Thunder, 9th most ever in a playoff quarter, 4th most in a first quarter. The Thunder ran away with it out the gates, and they did not look back throughout the game. 87 points was the most in a first half playoff history. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would finish with the highest playoff plus-minus in NBA history. The team was clicking on all cylinders, and Denver got blown out of the building in this one. However, another main storyline was the duality of Nikola Jokic between Games 1 and 2. Games 1, he had 42 and 22, absolutely terrorized the Thunder in a victory. Game 2, he fouls out in the third quarter with 17 points and 6 turnovers as well. And there was a lot of just scrutiny going on to the referees in the postgame, and I'm just not sure as to where this is coming from. In a blowout 46-point loss, they're blaming the free throws and the lack of calls on Jokic as a reason why they lost. Now, who is doing this, you might be asking? Well, let's take a look. We're looking at Aaron Gordon talking about this, and he's talking about in the postgame the way OKC was defending Jokic. He's saying all types of stuff they're doing to him that's not necessarily legal. They're fouling Joker first, and they do get the second guy a lot of the time, implying that Jokic is getting called for fouls on the back end. But they're fouling him point blank period throughout the game, and it's the thing where you can't call every foul or you'll be calling a foul every single play. But they are fouling him. They're a very handsy team. So that's what Aaron Gordon had to say about the officiating going on, the physicality going on the defensive end for the Oklahoma City Thunder and how they're playing, right? And I just think that's really interesting how that's being perceived and these fouls. And I just want to take a look at some of these plays that are going down, right? So are these like the types of like ticky-tack like foul calls you're hoping to get? Because this just looks like a weak closeout and a weak entry pass that Lou Dort's undercutting. Right? And maybe you want to foul on that little bit of physicality. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're referring to something else like this, right? Where he's catching a pass and on his blind side, Aaron Wiggins is going to come find him for a weak side steal, take it all the way for a dunk. Maybe you wanted to foul on that. That's all ball when he's turning. Like that's a weak pass in there, and Aaron Wiggins, credit, he timed it perfectly, getting a hand on the ball as soon as Jokic touched it and stripping it away from him. That's good defense at the end of the day. So I'm not sure if you're hoping for like these ticky-tack foul calls if you're Aaron Gordon but like these aren't even this would be a bad foul call flat out. This would be a bad foul call if that's what you're hoping for. Maybe Aaron Gordon's referring to something different that I'm not thinking about, such as, I don't know, you're hoping that like this is a flat out illegal screen. Like he's moving his feet, he's jarring his hip out into Dort on this screen. That is a textbook illegal screen. That's going to get called every single time as an illegal screen. I don't know if this is like a play you want to go a different way, but he's not set. You want to blame Jamal Murray for going totally fine, but either way, that's an illegal screen. Now we're going to take a look at something like this.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Like, is this a foul on Jalen Williams? Is that what you want? Is that what you want called here?
I don't know.
He's jumping over his, like, what's that little hop over his back? Jalen Williams is playing perfectly legal defense, and Jokic just like hops on top of him and lays on top of him. Do you want this to be a foul on Jalen Williams, or do you want this to play play on? Like, if you want to say you want to play on, like,
I don't know how.
That's a really strange thing to
I don't know how.
hang a 46-point loss on. The fact
I don't know
that you
how.
don't want this to be a foul call, and that should have been a play on.
I don't know how.
What is Jokic even doing here? Like, please explain, like, in the context of basketball, what that means. Like that's not even a swing to get open or anything in that regard. But nonetheless, you have people like Aaron Gordon in the postgame saying that. But it's not even just Aaron Gordon. Let's take a look at like the Denver Post. Nuggets Thunder Game 2 3-pointers. Even Patrick Beverly thought Nuggets were wrong by refs. Byline, welcome back Scott Foster. Scott Foster? What did Scott Foster have to do with this loss? Let's take a look at this. 32 free throw attempts for the Nuggets, 36 for the Thunder. You lost by 43 points in this game. How in the world would Scott Foster be the disparity? You could take away every single free throw we attempted, not even made, just attempted, and we still would have won the game. I've never heard of a team complaining they didn't shoot enough free throws when they shot over 30 free throws. And they also lost by 40. What did you want? 80 free throws? Was that going to make the difference? Are you saying we shouldn't have shot? Like, I don't understand what, fundamentally, I don't understand what this argument is. And then even going back, even Patrick Beverley thought the Nuggets were wrong by refs. What kind of source is that? Patrick Beverley, this guy? Let's read along with what Patrick Beverley had to say about OKC in the playoffs.
Let's start with OKC then.
Let's start
Can
with
they
OKC.
do it in the
Can they do it in the
playoffs?
playoffs?
Agreed.
No.
You're not going to get that many
Agreed.
foul
You're not going to
calls.
get that many foul calls in the playoffs. They need more creation.
And I don't mean
creation to score. I mean creation to get other people
If
going.
Shai gets
If
in
Shai
foul
gets some
trouble,
foul trouble, this is a
different
very different team. By Patrick Beverley. That's what he said going into the postseason about the Oklahoma City Thunder. You sure you weren't talking about the Denver Nuggets? Because that exactly fits the billing of what happened with the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic got in foul trouble. Nobody on the floor did a thing. Is that not what happened? But yet you want to use Pat Beverley as your source whenever he was saying that we would fail for the same reason? I mean, I dropped a video yesterday about Chet Holmgren responding to the missed free throws and that the mentality is to get better every night, and that's a championship mentality. And honestly, I'm just surprised by this. Just seems like the complete opposite of that. This seems like a victim mentality being played by Aaron Gordon and by the Nuggets. And the Denver Post, I guess the Nuggets media wants to blame that as well. And that's fine. If that's what you want to go with, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it seems that Jokic / Nuggets fans would rather their guy be the MVP and be the number one guy in the world. They're more concerned with him getting that label and that recognition than winning the game. It's flat out amazing to me how that kind of just transpired. But when you look at the examples of what these plays are, I'm not sure where you want it to go another way. And then on top of that, when you look at the actual stats of the game, you guys shot just as many free throws as we did. We scored almost 150 points. You guys not getting foul calls was not the reason that we almost scored 150 points. There was so much more that needed to be addressed. And it just, that's what astounded me the most is just how they responded coming out into of this situation. Because you saw OKC drop the ball in that game. Shai, Chet, everyone, Mark Daigneault, they come into the postgame and they talk about how we're going to get better next time so that does not happen again. And that was after a game, I would say we played well for about 70, 80% of that game until really the backstretch. And then we were also shooting a little bit rough at the beginning, so I would say about 80. But in a game where the Nuggets literally came out dead, the game was over almost the second the ball was tipped. There was one lead change the entire game. And they still want to come out and they don't even talk about execution, nothing like that. I mean, that's fine with me. That gives me more confidence in this, but it's just an astounding feat of just negligence to what you just played on the court. There's no way you lost by 46 points playing a good basketball game, and then you want to come out and talk about the referees. That's just mind-boggling to me. But game 3 is tonight. I'm excited. We're going to see if they bounce back. We're going to see if we can keep up the momentum from game 2. I just wanted to chip in about those comments made. I thought it was ludicrous that the refs were even acknowledged in a game like that, especially with the free throw attempts and disparity so close and so many of these foul calls. I just don't even understand how you would think that that could go the other way. It's mind-boggling to me. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your prediction for game 3, final score. How long you think the series is going to go, games that the Thunder are going to win in. But this has been Gabriel Ebersole with Thunder Digest. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.